Hello everyone, I'm Chase of Rocky Mountain ATV MC, giving you a closer look at the RH5R Motorcycle ATV Radio Kit from Rugged Radios. Alright everyone, thanks for checking in. So today we're giving you a closer look at the Rugged Radios RH5R two-way radio for motorcycles, ATVs. You can use it for UTVs, for snowmobiling, any outdoor activity, you can use this radio kit. Now I'm going to tell you right now, as a rider, if you have not had a way to communicate with other riders in your group before, it is a game changer. It is something that we love to have because not only is it great for safety reasons, if somebody goes down or somebody has a bike problem, you can communicate and know exactly what's going on, but it's also just fun just to be able to talk to other people in your group while you're riding. There's a lot of great benefits to this radio kit. We'll go through and we'll talk about those. We'll talk exactly about how it works. We'll talk about what you're getting with the kit. But also at the end, I want to do a quick comparison of this versus a Bluetooth comms unit. I think a lot of people who are looking at this are probably looking at those as well, trying to decide which one's going to be best for them. We've used Bluetooth comm units a ton here at Rocky Mountain, so we've got a lot of experience. So I'll just kind of share some of my thoughts and some of the pros and cons of each setup just to kind of help give you a good educated decision. So first up, let's just talk about what you're getting with this kit when you pick it up, and then we'll go from there. So first up, you've got your radio. So this is a dual band 5-watt radio. I like this radio because it's nice and compact, it's lightweight. Rugged Radios make super high quality equipment. I do want to point out that this is not waterproof. So if you are going to be in a situation, maybe snowmobiling, or if you're riding, there's going to be rain, you want to keep this in your pack. You don't want it to be getting too wet. So just keep that in mind. But this is dual band, so you've got UHF and VHF. Now what I recommend is read up on that. This comes with a great instructions manual, but if you're not familiar with UHF and VHF, do some homework on that. I'll just give you a little bit of education on it. UHF stands for ultra high frequency. In most riding situations, that's going to be what riders want to use just because it's shorter wavelengths. It's a little bit better when you have obstacles and things between you and the other person that you're trying to communicate with. But again, do your homework, and that's going to keep you educated so you know exactly what's going to be best. But you've got your radio. Now, a common question that people ask is battery life. So with this, I talked to people at Rugged Radios, and they said that what you can expect, depending on usage, is about a full day. So that's good battery life. But keep in mind that we do sell an additional battery that is going to double your battery life. It is quite a bit bigger, but you can get another battery. So if you are going to be on a longer ride, maybe a multiple day ride, and you want to make sure that you have enough battery, you can buy that additional battery, and that will double the battery life. So you have that option. And then range. When it comes to range, line of sight. So a 5-watt radio's got good power, but line of sight is always going to give you the best chance to be able to communicate clearly with the other riders that you are talking to. Now, if you're on a wide open stretch and you can see in 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the road, you see the other riders, then yeah, your signal is going to carry. You'll be able to talk to those guys, but that's not typically the case in a riding situation. So normally you might be down in a canyon, another rider's up on top or on the other side. So just know that line of sight is always going to give you the best chances of being able to communicate clearly. But there is an antenna that we sell, which is going to be a larger antenna that you can pick up that will increase the range. So again, you've got a few options depending on, the range that you think you're going to be riding at. Honestly, in a group ride, if you're so far away from the riders that you're with that you can't communicate with them with the radio, chances are you're probably a little bit too far away and you need to get a little bit closer to them. But again, for safety reasons, it's really nice to have this to be able to communicate. So that's your radio. Now, also what you have, let's just kind of talk about how you install this and set it all up. So you've got your helmet kit. And on your helmet kit, you've got 2 nice high quality speakers. They put out a lot of sound. They're Velcro back, so you can just install these into your helmet. Now, depending on the helmet that you have, some of your dual sport adventure helmets already have speaker cutouts, but a lot of your motocross off-road helmets don't. So you're gonna install these in the best location possible, as close to your ears as you can. And then you have your boom mic. So with the boom mic, you can see you're gonna move this and get it exactly where you want it. What they recommend is having the mic actually as close to your mouth as possible. You don't need it to be touching your mouth, but just get it real close. That's going to give you the best sound that you can get. You'll also notice too that you have another connector, which is nice, for an audio device. So if you have maybe an MP3 player or your smartphone, you can plug it into here and you can jam out to some of your favorite beats while you're riding. And then once you have that all installed, you have your body harness. So your body harness is going to connect right here to the head unit. Now what's nice about this connection is that this connection is probably going to be exposed, and you have this plastic housing right here, so if you do get this wet, it's not something that you need to worry about. So you connect it there, and then you have this connection, which is going to go right into the radio. So connect that. Once you have that all connected, this connection here is going to go to your push to talk. So what's great about this setup is you've got two options to use the radio. In a riding scenario, you're going to want to use this push to talk right here. You can just put this on your handlebar. You've got this Velcro strap. You could put it on maybe a strap on your backpack, really wherever is going to be most convenient for you as a rider, where you feel comfortable using it. But you're going to use that push to talk. You don't have to use the radio, because like I said earlier, with the radio, I would just recommend putting it inside your pack. You could put it on a clip, but this is going to be the way to go. So once you have it all connected, you and your riders, you all get on the same channel, and now you can start talking to each other. It is that simple. Now, some other big benefits are that if you're in a group where maybe you do have some people that are in UTVs with you, if they have a radio in their UTV, you're going to be able to talk to them as well, as long as you're on the same channel. Another great thing I thought about is that if you're riding and you get off your bike and you still want to be able to talk to other riders but you have your helmet off, you can just use the radio like any normal radio. You just unplug the helmet or the connection here to the body harness, you use the push to talk on the radio, and you can still talk to everybody. So you can use it like a normal two-way radio. And that leads me to say that if you're not riding and maybe you're camping, going on a hike, whatever it might be, any outdoor activity, you're getting a nice high-quality two-way radio that can be used in a lot of different situations other than just on your motorcycle. So that's why I like this kit. Gives you good communication, but there's a lot of other great uses for it as well. So last thing I'll show you real quick before I compare this to a Bluetooth comms unit is you do have a headset that will come included as well. So if you're not using your helmet, you're not using the speakers, you can use this. You just got one earpiece, you plug it into your radio, so now the audio is coming through your earpiece versus the actual radio itself. So another great option there. Now to finish it all up, I just want to compare this to a radio kit to a Bluetooth comms unit and kind of just point out some of the larger differences to help you make a good educated decision, because like I said, we've used Bluetooth comm units a lot, so we have a lot of experience with those. So first up, let's talk about some of the cons to this two-way radio. And I wouldn't really call it cons, it's just something you got to be mindful of. And one is that you've got a lot going on here. With the Bluetooth comms unit, they're pretty streamlined. You just connect it right to your helmet, and then you just have your wiring harness inside the helmet, and that's all you have to worry about. But with this, once you install it, you got the body harness that's coming out. You've also got the push to talk. So there's just more wires, more things that you got to be aware of. It's not going to be a deal breaker, but it's just something to be mindful of. But what I do like about this is the reliability. And the reason that I say that is because with a Bluetooth comms unit, if you've ever used one of those before, well, you probably know that in some cases, there's a lot of technology crammed into those things, and sometimes they can be a little bit finicky, especially when you have multiple riders all connected. I'll give you a great example. Not too long ago, I was on a group ride here at Rocky Mountain. We had about 5 or 6 riders all connected. They could all hear each other talking, and for whatever reason, we could not figure it out. I could not get my Bluetooth communicator to connect to the group so I could talk to them. So during the day, I was the only rider who couldn't communicate. With the two-way radio, that is not something that I would be worried about, because you get a nice, reliable two-way radio. So as long as you and all the other riders are on the same channel, you're going to have good communication as long, again, you're within that range that we talked about earlier. So that is the aspect about this that I really like. Another thing that I would keep in mind too, and again, this is going to be a rider preference, what you prefer, is with the Bluetooth comms unit, you're going to be able to have group conversations. In other words, you can hear everyone talking at the same time in most cases. With this, it's just going to be one rider talking at a time. So those are kind of the big differences, but again, you take those, you weigh them, you figure out what you feel is going to be best, and that's going to help you decide. But if you do have more questions or comments, we'd be happy to get those answered for you. So make sure to leave those below. And to pick one of these up, you can click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Remember, all orders over $75 ship free. If you guys like this product spotlight, you want to see more like it, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, and that way you always stay up to date. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.